Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode in Sack to the Future. It's week 15 and after an enormously exciting week so far, we come down to just the two bonus games that are remaining. I am bringing to you the 11-2 Green Bay Packers at the 7-6 Detroit Lions. The other game will be on the Terrors 89 channel featuring the 7-6 Minnesota Vikings versus the Washington Redskins. Here are the playoff implications in this game. The Lions lose, they are not eliminated by mathematics, but realistically they are. They dropped to 7-7. Right now the 6th seed is 9-5. And they would need a whole cluster much of tiebreakers to get them in. On the other hand, at 11-2, the Packers can clinch the division with a win here in Detroit tonight at Tiger Stadium. So that is what's on the line. Look at that guy with a modern helmet. Hopefully he doesn't get in the game. Here's a look at Milt Plum marching up and down the sidelines. And looks like the Lions or the Packers will kick off. So what we're going to first do is I need to fix something on the depth chart. Put the real punter back in. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and send the game. Alright, so Horning will kick off. And Studstill brings the ball out. Gets away from one. And he's going to be up over the 25-yard line for Pat Studstill, the second-year player out of Houston. Now in real life in 1962. There's a look at Milt Plum, first of all, coming on the field. He's got 25 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Again, Detroit clinging to their playoff lives. They went 11-3. So, much better in real life than here. One thing about them is that they did beat the Green Bay Packers back in week 2, which the Packers started out 0-2. The Packers since have won 11 in a row and can clinch the division today. There's the give to Dan Lewis. Lewis has got a huge hole on a first down and into Packer territory. Lewis, the fifth-year player out of Wisconsin, so he knows what it's like about playing in Wisconsin. And let's take a look at the Detroit Lions starting offense, shall we? Nope, we're going to see a replay instead. Yeah, we don't need to see a replay. The Green Bay Packers, on the other hand, went 13-1 in 1962 and won the NFL championship, so they're on pace to do that. They're 11-2. Plum in the shotgun by himself. Throws it over the middle. Oh, it's incomplete. Looks like it hit Jim Gibbons, number 80, in the hand. I'm on the Packers. There's the Lions' offensive line. John Gonzaga, Harley Sewell, Bob Whitlow, John Gordy, and Dan LaRose. Dan Lewis and Tom Watkins backs. Jim Gibbons, Terry Barr, and Gail Cogdill are the receivers and the ends. Okay. Yes, number 45, Dan Lewis, and his fifth-year player out of Wisconsin. Another Wisconsin running back. No, I was looking up Gibbons. That's the thing. Okay. Gibbons and his fifth-year player out of Iowa. Lewis again on the carry. Ray Nitschke and Bill Forrester in on the tackle. It's 3rd and 5. Hi, Stonewall. Welcome to the broadcast. After last night's incredible 4 quadruple header, hopefully we're looking for a nice, exciting bonus game as Plum goes deep to the end zone. It's caught by Cogdill. And they're going to say he did not get his feet down in bounds. He's out of bounds. But Detroit is going to challenge. Now the Lions are coached by George Wilson. I don't know. There's 1, 2, way out of bounds. This should be pretty cut and dry, but you never know with a computer. So they're going to punt. On the punt is Yale Larry. Remember in the Wildcards last season had a tremendous punt and then an interception return for a touchdown. to help win the game for Detroit. This punt is going to go out of bounds at the 3. Fantastic punt once again for the superstar Yale Larry, and that is where Bart Starr and the Packers will come on the field. I skipped Starr's stats, but he's having a great season as always. Starr's going to be under center, I formation. There's the give to Jim Taylor, and Taylor is right up the middle, spin move. He's going to get out to the 9-yard line and pick up a 6. Once again, to everybody out there, happy Mother's Day. If you know any mothers, let them know that VinnyXWolf says happy Mother's Day. 2nd down and 4. Starr back to pass. He throws out into the flat, but Taylor's out of bounds. There's a look now at Yale Larry playing cornerback. The Lions have a tremendous defensive backfield. It includes Dick Night-Train Lane, Dick LeBeau, Yale Larry. Larry looks like he's backs off. Start to throw. Over the middle. It's complete to Gary Neifalk and a 1st down. Gary Neifalk in his 9th season out of Colorado. I have no other scheduled broadcasts. So after this game, so you'll make sure you have to click subscribe, click the notification bar, and know when I'm online. Starr back to pass as Taylor gets the handoff, and Taylor's going to be swarmed over and tackled. He had 73 yards last week on the ground. Not one of his best games of the year, but, you know, still productive. Wayne Walker on the tackle. Starr gives to Taylor again, and Taylor's going to cut back upfield, and he's going to pick up 2. He's now got 9 yards on the day. 3rd down and 7. If you haven't had a chance to see that Giants-Cowboys game yet on either the Phantom Fighter or the John M or the Terrors 89 channels, make sure you check it out. Also, I also highly recommend the Bills-Eagles game on the VinnyXWolf channel if you've not seen it yet. 1962, Week 15 has been a tremendous game week already. The Broncos-Oilers game also on the Phantom Fighter and the John M channel was a defensive struggle through the first half. Starr gives to Taylor, and Taylor sidesteps one guy, and he's going to get the 1st down, and it looks like there might be an attack onto a face mask at the end of the play. Yes, Gary Lowe grabbed a hold of Taylor's face mask and rode him down with it. And that moves the Pack down to the 26-yard line. Can they get to 12 wins in a row and then finish off against 2 human teams as they will play in back-to-back weeks, the Cowboys and Giants, to finish the season? Hornick takes the handoff, and he is going to get up for 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 2. But it looks like the Falcons are going to go ahead and clinch that NFC semi-pro division, as they're up to 5 wins, which is pretty much the best you can hope for in that division. Starr gives to Horning. Horning does not get through the offensive line, as Alex Karras lays him over for the tackle. His last night had 4 tremendous games. Even the Browns-Chargers, which the Browns held on to win, the Chargers made a comeback. That was a good one, too. Starr throws to Kramer. Grab fumble. And Johnny on the spot there to pick up the loose ball. Let's see who it was. Looks like number 84. Gary Neifalk. No. Who got the ball? Does not say who. I thought Neifalk recovered it at first. Maybe it got back to Ron Kramer in the end. And we got a false start after a 1st and goal. I'm not sure if any of the other Sack to the Future cohorts will be joining us tonight or not. I did send them the message that I was on. And when Terrors 89 will be running the final game of the week, the bonus game between the Redskins and Vikings. Star hands off to Taylor. Taylor with a big hole, and Taylor is going to get down to the 6 and 9 yard pickup. Jim Taylor already starting to take control of the Detroit Lion defense. Just imagine what the Lions fans felt in 1962, going 11-3 in real life and not even making the playoffs because it was the best one got in, and Green Bay was 13-1. So to this format, they had a better chance, but it does not look good for them. Star, he gets away from one man, but cannot escape the grasp of number 76, Roger Brown, and also number 88, Sam Williams. Third down and goal from the 11. So if the Packers are to score on this opening drive, Bart Starr is going to have to put it in. And we got another false start penalty. Boy, we had this issue last week in my bonus game. I forget who I did, but one team, I think it was, I want to say it was the Dallas Texans, had like 8 false starts. This is Jerry Kramer recently. Well, before I say that, I want to double check, make sure I got the right guy. Star is back to pass on third down. It's going to be a swing pass out to Horning. Horning makes one man miss, but he cannot get away from Sam Williams. Okay. I don't think that's right, but... Yes, okay, Jerry Kramer still alive and well. It was Forrest Gregg who passed away. That's why I didn't want to say anything before I double-checked. And the field goal is good by Paul Horning, and the Packers lead 3-0. Horning will kick off. Taken into the end zone by Vargo. Who's Vargo? 85. Larry Vargo. He's a real player. Rookie out of Detroit Mercy. So it's good to see real players out there, not roster filler, especially when I'm not controlling the Lions, and I didn't even remember to look at the Packers to make. That's why I had to switch the punter at the beginning of the game. Plum under center. We give to Dan Lewis. Lewis right up the middle, a huge hole, and Lewis stands one guy up and gets around him, gets out past the 40. He had 98 yards himself last week. And it is 1st and 10 now at the 41. Plum back to pass. Throws it to Jim Gibbons. Gibbons going to pick up 8. And that's Plum's first completion of the day. And it is 2nd and down and 2. Dan Curry on the tackle. Plum back to pass. He fakes the handoff to Lewis. Throws it deep. Into the end zone. And it's intercepted. It is intercepted by Hank Greminger, number 46. In his 7th year out of Baylor, Greminger comes down with a deep pass, and the Packers will take the ball over at the 20. Now, every so often in our group chat, we talk about what we think, who's got the best chance of going to the Super Bowl. Obviously, through the first 2 years, all 4 of us have made one Super Bowl appearance, with Tears winning 1960 and Phantom Fire 1961. Honestly, the way this season's going, the move up to All-Pro, I think a lot of us, although there have been some hiccups, a lot of us have adjusted, or all of us have adjusted to it now. We know what to expect. There's still going to be some tough games. Taylor on the sweep to the left, and he's pushed back, and they're going to credit him with actually a loss of 1. Actually, Gary Lowe on the tackle. It's 3rd down and 7. I will not be surprised if Super Bowl 1962 Sack to the Future Bowl is a bonus game. Dallas Texans, Green Bay Packers. They both just are tremendously good. There's the pass complete to Max McGee. Oh, and he has stood up, and Joe Schmidt just nails him, knocks him down. So the Lions defense can't hold as McGee kicks the first down. But Schmidt's already got 3 tackles on the day for the All-Pro. Star hands it off to Taylor. Taylor gets by 1, can't get by the other. He's going to get up to the 40, and it is a pickup of 8. And it'll be second down and 2 as Wayne Walker gets a tackle. We've got an upset alert going on as the Raiders have taken a 7-0 lead on the Bears. You can check that game out on the Phantom Fighter channel. It's already in the books. And Starr is going to be demolished. He didn't even have a chance to turn around as John Gonzaga. No, 78. Darius McCord, the 8th-year player out of Tennessee, volunteered to make the sack. It is a loss of 8 and third down and 10. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first quarter with the Green Bay Packers leading the Detroit Lions 3-0. Green Bay can clinch the division with a win. Starr back to pass. Throws it over the middle. It's caught by Horning. Horning fumble. It's picked up by Detroit. Dick Night Train Lane, and he is going to score. The legendary Hall of Famer picks up the ball and rumbles into the end zone for a touchdown. And Detroit has taken the lead 6-3 off the Max McGee fumble. And they will line up now for the extra point. And it is good. And just like that, Detroit has said, you're not clinching this division on our field as Wayne Walker kicks the extra point. Good. It is 7-3 Lions. Detroit looking to sweep Green Bay for the season. Adderley comes out from the 0 from the goal line. And he runs right into a gang of tacklers and down to the 28. Now in 1962, the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions did play. Obviously, they were both in the NFL Western Division. On October 7th, 1962, the Green Bay Packers defeated the Detroit Lions 9-7 in Green Bay. The second game happened on November 22nd, Thanksgiving Day, as the Lions won 26-14, so they did split the season series in 62. Taylor with a huge hole. He's got the first down. He picks up 12 yards, up to 49 now for the day. It'll be first and 10 for the Packers. Starr hands off to Taylor, and Taylor's brought down. Picks up 2. Number 71, Alex Karras on the tackle. Starr gives to Taylor. He's going to go around the end. He had one man to beat, but could not get around Yale Larry, as Larry brings him down. It'll be third down and 4. Starr, Horning up the middle. He's got a first down. He's into Detroit territory. That's a 47. That is a gain of 8 and a first down for the Pack. Now, I don't have a weapon or a team in the NFL yet, and I won't until 66. But eventually, and half the Green Bay line moves. In 1984, I will take over the Green Bay Packers. Now, I'm going to miss the glory years, obviously, and but I'll get the second set of glory years and the third and all that. But. So obviously I have a soft spot for the Packers. Now I know Phantom Fighter would hate to hear that. He's a diehard Bears fan, and Starr misfires on the pass. But I always said that I'm not a Packer fan, but I sort of wish I was, because it's not easy being a Bills fan always. But I will stay by my team. It'll be nice to get control. Lynn Dickey, the end of his career, and Brett Favre and all that. So. Horning on the carry. Horning gonna lose. Nope, no gain. Third down and 15. Wayne Walker credited for the second tackle. He also has one as the kicker on special teams. Starr is back to pass. Fumble. It's picked up by Forrest Gregg, and he is going to take off running, but it is going to be a tremendous loss way back to the 35, and it'll be fourth down and 28 as the Packers offense after that first drive. That's right, my nephew, well, also my son, his second favorite team is the Packers. He's a Bengal fan. But he picks the Packers in the NFC because, like his father, he likes to root for one from each league. So Pat Studstill on the return. He gets up to the 32. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions there. So Milt Plum now comes on the field with a lead. He hasn't done much yet, but he's got the lead. Again, Detroit at 7 and 6. They need to win. Gibbons on the reception. He's got a first down as they are trailing the Cowboys, Rams. One other team at 9 and 5. Bears. The Cowboys, Rams, and Bears all at 9 and 5 for essentially the 2 wildcard spots. Right now, as it stands, the Packers at 11 and 2 would have home field advantage. The 49ers at 11 and 2 would have the other first round bye. The New York Giants at 10 and 4 would be the 3 seed, and the Atlanta Falcons at 5 and 9 would be the 4 seed because of the division champion gets the higher seed. Oh, we have an injury. Not sure, but it kind of looked like it was Green Bay's number 71. That's, I believe, Bill Forrester. Yep. Might have been slow to get up, but we'll have to wait and hear a definitive answer. So the wild cards, then the Cowboys, Bears, and Rams are all 9 and 5. So it is a cluster for the 2 wild cards. Coming in at 7 and 6 is Detroit. 6 and 7 is Minnesota. Last night, Philadelphia was officially eliminated when they went to 6 and 8 after losing to the Bills in overtime. 3rd down and 10. Plum back to pass. Throws it complete to Gibbons over the middle, and Gibbons is going to be close to the first down. They're going to say, yes, first down Detroit. Here in Tiger Stadium in greater Metro Detroit area. Plum throws on the run. It's complete to Gail Cogdale, and he's got the first down. Down to the 32, a pickup of 14 yards, and all of a sudden, Detroit's offense is moving. Plum back to pass. He throws his caught, dropped, incomplete. Plum is now 4 of 10, 43 yards in the interception. 2nd down and 10. There's a look at Ray Nitschke and Henry Jordan. Big names in the Packer defensive line. Plum steps up, throws it away. He saw big number 77 for the Packers, Rob Kostelnik, coming, and he just unloaded the ball. So it's 3rd and 10 from the 32. Plum back to pass. We got a flag down. Should be holding. It's going to be overthrown out of the end zone. Or into the end zone. Out of the bounds. Whatever. Yes. Holding on the Lions. John Gordy. And the Lions will go for a 59-yard field goal attempt for Wayne Walker. This is long for a kicker in the 60s, that's for sure. It is no good, too short. Wayne Walker, a linebacker by trade. Remember, in the 60s, very rarely did you have just a straight-on kicker who played nothing else. Right now in the league, we got Lou Groza. And a lot of them were a different position early on in their career. It isn't truly until Pete Gogolak gets in the league, and it's either 63 or 64, where you have just a true straight-on soccer-style modern-day kicker. And he'll be with the Buffalo Bills. And actually a very important figure in the merger, as when he jumped from the Bills to the Giants and got tremendous money for a kicker, the league said, whoa, we got to do something about this. 2nd down and 7, and the merger occurred. Star fakes the handoff. It is caught. Incomplete, out of bounds. 3rd down and 7. So you think of Packers versus Lions. Do a little tribute to my fans. Of course, only one guy is watching this live, but I want you to tell me one memorable game that you can remember watching between the Packers and Lions. Doesn't matter what era. Max McGee, a diving reception for the first down to the 32-yard line. And since I got the one live player, if you're not watching live, you're watching this on a replay, send me a comment. Put a comment down on the bottom and tell me what is your most memorable memory between the Packers and Lions. And then I'll talk a little bit about mine. This is something I'm going to do with bonus games, I think. I might do it with the other games too if the action is well in hand, or if I think about it. Star heads off to Taylor. Taylor's pushed back for a loss of 1. He's got 54 yards on the day. Max McGee has 50 receiving yards. That was his goal coming into the game. It looks like the Cardinals have scored to cut the Rams lead to 7-6. You can see that game on the Terrors 89 channel. Star pass reception to Gary Neifeld. Neifeld picks up 7. He is 10 of 13 for the day, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Pack. Jaguars up to a 13-0 lead. A semi-pro team in playoff contention down in the AFL South. And we got early movement. There's going to be offsides on the defense. Alex Karras. I wonder if he's got some gambling. Him and Horning got some gambling going on in this game. It'll be 1st down and 10 after the offside penalty on Big Mongo. Taylor takes the handoff. He cannot get around the end as he is blown up in the backfield. A loss of 3. Gary Lowe on the tackle. Star hands off to Taylor. Taylor again met in the backfield. And now we got an injury. Taylor's getting up. Karras getting up. Not sure who the injury's on. 3rd down and 13. Star back to pass. Throws. It's caught by Ron Kramer. Kramer is going to get 2 yards, but that's where the drive will stall. And Max McGee will have to attempt a field goal on 4th and 11. But first, we got the 2-minute warning. As we've hit 2 minutes to go in the first half here in Detroit's Tiger Field, the Lions lead the Packers 7-3. This will be a 40-yard attempt for Paul Horning. Out of the hole of Roach. He clips it, and Horning nails it. It is 7-6 now. Okay, sorry about that. That moment of silence is brought to you by the National Library Foundation, reminding you to read a book. I actually dropped the controller, so. Jim Gibbons, 70 receptions on the season. That's a tremendous amount for a receiver in the 60s. Of course, as I've constantly said, it is classic rosters, modern football. Plum throws it over the middle, complete to Studstill. And no, Gail Cogdill. Cogdill picking up 7 yards, 2nd and 13. The Bears are pulling away from the Raiders. Again, see that game on the Phantom Fighter channel. Plum back to pass. He throws it to the 1st down to Dan Lewis. And Lewis is up to the 44-yard line and a 1st down. Plum looking to throw. Throws it to Gibbons. Completed pass for 8 yards from Jim Gibbons to Jim Gibbons. 2nd down and 2. Bill Forrester on the tackle. Plum looking to throw. Throws it almost intercepted. Almost on the double tip. Oh, John Simak had it in his hands, but there's a reason why you don't recognize that name as a Packer great, because he wasn't. A lot of role players in the Packers throughout the 60s, as any dynasty has. Plum back to pass. Goes it. Oh, incomplete. Watkins cannot hold on to the ball. Tom Watkins, the second-year player out of Iowa State, looked upfield before he made sure he possessed the ball, and the Lions will have to punt. Yale Larry on to do the punting. Gets it up. This is a high, short punt. It is going to go out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That's where the Packers will take over with 45 seconds to go before the half. There's a look at Paul Horning. He's got 12 yards on 4 carries today. Starr looking, throws over the middle. It's caught by Boyd Dowler. He's going to pick up 7 yards, 8 yards, and then Pat calls a timeout. It is 2nd and 2 now. So once again, it's a bonus game, and I want to ask you, the viewer, as Dowler catches the ball, what's a memorable moment or game between the Packers and Lions in your lifetime? I'll bring mine up in the 4th quarter. First down and 10 after another reception to Boyd Dowler. Starr looking back. He's going to throw. Pass is complete, and he gets out of bounds. It's going to be a pickup of 6 yards. Ron Kramer on the reception. No, Gary Barnes on the reception. Starr looking. Goes out in the flat. Another completion to the Packer. Gets out of bounds this time for 2 yards. Jim Taylor on the reception. But if you keep dinking and dunking like that, the clock will run out. There are 27 seconds left. Starr back to pass. Incomplete. Gary Barnes drops it, and it'll be 4th down and 2, and Max McGee will come on to do the punting. McGee gets a short punt. It's going to go out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and that's where Milt Plum will take over. Max McGee, who in real life scored the very first touchdown in Super Bowl history. Hand off to Dan Lewis. Dan Lewis is swarmed under. I see Henry Jordan. I see Bill Forrester. You might have seen Ron Kostelnik. Nope, Dale Hanner on the tackle. And we have reached the end of the first half with the score from Tiger Stadium in Detroit. The Lions lead the Packers 7-6. Let's get down to the 3rd quarter action. As Walker kicks the ball off. It's taken by Adderley in the end zone. He's going to come out. Gets to the 20, makes a move on nobody, and gets up to the 22. So thanks to the new stupid rule changes a couple years back, he actually loses yards by bringing it out and getting to the 22. Because they gave the kick return team 5 more yards to try and limit returns. But returner's going to return, man. Starr handoff to Taylor. Taylor up the middle, huge hole. He's got a first down. And Jim Taylor all the way up to the 36-yard line and a tremendous first down. He's up to 65 yards on 14 carries. About one of the few things that is going right for the Packers so far offensively. Starr, Taylor. Taylor picks up 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4. Starr hands it to Taylor. Taylor fighting his way through. He's going to gain another yard. It'll be 3rd down and 3. So the Packers coming out on their drive. this drive and saying, let's get back to basics and run the ball, run Taylor. Joe Schmidt makes the tackle. Star hands off to Horning. Horning's got the first down if they give it to him. On third and 2, yes. First down for the Packers. Horning's got 15 yards today, this afternoon, tomorrow, yesterday. First and 10. Star throws, it is complete, and the Packers have now moved into Lions territory as Boyd Dowler makes the reception and picks up 5. Second down and 5. Yeah, Larry on that tackle. Oh, Star incomplete pass intended for not sure who. Couldn't see the number. It is 3rd and 5. Screen pass to Horning. Horning's got the first down. And for Night Train Lane takes him down. That's Horning's 3rd reception so far today. He's got 24 yards. Give it to Taylor. Taylor up the middle. Taylor's going to drag a couple Lions to get the first down. They did no, 2nd and inches. They're going to call it 9 3/4 yards. Officially 9. The Packers have gone over 1,800 offensive rush yards for the season. It's a tremendous number. Taylor on the give. Taylor's got the first down. He's up to the 29-yard line. He's got 83 yards on the afternoon. It is 1st and 10. High formation for the Pack. Detroit with a 5-man front. Star back to pass. Dumps it off into the flat to Horning. And Horning is going to get down for 5 yards and get 2nd down and 5 to the 24-yard line. And we got another false start on the Packers. So for some reason on my bonus games lately, the top teams have been getting a lot of false starts. The Dallas Texans the other week had about 8 or 9, mostly on one guy. The Packers already, that's their 4th, I believe. 2nd down and 10. Star dumps it off to Lou Carpenter. Carpenter head over heels down to the 22-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3. There's the give to Taylor. Taylor's got a big enough hole. He's got the first down. He's down to the 14-yard line, a pickup of 8. Taylor's up to 90 yards on day. Okay, so you don't have one particular game between the Lions and Packers, but the series between Brett Favre and Barry Sanders in the 90s is memorable. Well, that's good. And your comment stopped at X. So I think you gotta finish your comment in the second post. You're only allowed so many words, unfortunately. So 1st and 15 now. Again, I'll give my memory in the 4th quarter. Taylor up the middle. He cannot move the pile. We had another false start, I think, while I was reading Stonewall's comment. Joe Schmidt with his 7th tackle. It's 2nd down and 14. Excellent right work. Okay, yes. Horning takes the ball and he's going to get up. So no gain on the play. 3rd down and 13. Oh, and another false start on the Packers. I think we're up to 6 now.
False start, offense.
3rd down and 18. Star throws, overthrows the receiver, and that'll be a 4th down And Paul Horning will attempt a 40-yard field goal. Can the Golden Boy kick through the golden kick and take the lead? It's long enough and good, and the Packers have regained the lead now 9-7. So that defensive touchdown by Detroit is the Lions' points, but the Lions' defense has held the Packers to 3 field goals. Pat Studstill returns the ball up to the 26-yard line, and that's where the Lions will take over. Gameplay footage for Madden 20 is starting to come out, and one of the things is we're looking at is whether or not it's going to be worth it. Obviously, I always get it to keep up the most current Madden for my other broadcasts, but whether or not it'll be worth it to run, to jump to, because there are a lot of glitches. You know, we've edited so much that there are a lot of glitches. Should be able to jump to Madden 20, so we'll have to take a look at that and make the decision. Plum going deep. Tipped up in the air and incomplete. One thing we would do is whatever season we're on, let's say we're in 64 or 63. Be safe, say 63 when Madden 20 is released. We'd immediately start editing for 64. And do a full edit that way, full season edit, and hopefully it'll be a simultaneous thing where I can get a team done per day and all that. Plum dumps it over the middle to Dan Lewis. Dan Lewis is going to get the first down. It's 1st and 10. And Plum is going to get buried. Bill Quinlan, number 83 on the sack. Plum waited too long, and Quinlan in his 6th season out of Michigan State. So you got a Michigan State player playing in against his hometown NFL team, Detroit. Or at least closest college NFL team to his college. Plum rolls to his left, throws it back across the field, almost intercepted. Then off the deflection, Ray Nitschke tipped it. And it'll be 3rd and 19 from the 32-yard line. That's Quinlan's 8th sack on the season. Plum back to pass, throws it. It is caught by Nick Petrosante, last year's feature running back. This year, more of a off the bench man, spelling Dan Lewis. It's 4th and 11, and Yale Larry will have to punt. Fair catch called for. The ball's going to bounce at the 3 and into the end zone. So the Pack will get the ball at the 20, leading 9-7 with 2:07 yet to go in the game. Stars back to pass. He throws it complete to Gary Nyfelk. Nyfelk picks up 10. They're going to say 2nd and inches. He didn't get the full 10. The ball is, I don't know, it's touching the yard stripe. Should be first down, but well, it's 62, so who knows. Star fakes the handoff. He throws it. It's intercepted by Night Train Lane. That's Lane's 2nd turnover of the day, and he's going to get his 2nd touchdown. Dick Night Train Lane single-handedly trying to defeat the Green Bay Packers, as he has scored his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the extra point is blocked, and that's going to be picked up, and it's going to be Wood. Willie Wood is going to take the PAT back for 2, and we have a 13-11 ball game. What a turn of events defensively here. This could be one of those games that will go back down and is memorable. Adderley comes it out of the end zone now. He's up to the 28. 1st and 10 for the Packers. So Starr, after his 2nd interception and the 3rd Packer turnover, Actually, Starr's third turnover because the fumble was his too, the one that Lane picked up. Hands it to Taylor, and Taylor is just brought down for no gain. He's been stuck around 90, 91 yards for most of the last two drives. Alex Karras on the tackle. Boyd Dollar comes in motion. Starr's back to pass. Detroit sends an extra man. Starr's got tremendous amount of time. Steps up and throws. And it's caught by Gary Neifeld, and a first down for the Pack into Detroit territory. And that's 203 yards passing for Starr. Neifeld with his 5th reception on the afternoon, 71 yards. Carl Bretschneider makes the tackle. And another false start. I don't know what is going on all of a sudden with these bonus games and false starts, but my God, they're killing us. Forrest Gregg called for the false start there. Starr hands off to Taylor, and Taylor's going to get no gain. 22 carries, 91 yards. Other than a superb Gary Neifeld catch, the Packers this drive has been more of the same. They're struggling to move the ball. All of a sudden. Under a half minute to go before halftime. Starr gives to Taylor, and this time Taylor's going to lose 2 yards back to the 50. 3 yards, down to 3rd and 18. If I were the Packers, I would wait and let the clock run out, but I'm not the Packers, so. Well, I am, but I'm not. I'm physically the Packers, but I'm not controlling them. Starr back to pass. It's caught by Horning. Horning tries to make a man miss, but he's brought down. And with 5 seconds to go in the third quarter, it'll set up a 4th down and 4. And we are going to reach the end of the third quarter with the score Detroit 13, Green Bay 11. So, Paul Horning lines up for a 53-yard attempt. This could take the lead. Almost blocked, but the kick is up. It is long enough to hit the upright. And no good. So the Lions will take over from the 44. Okay, my memory. Well, I started watching football in 1988, officially. Although my first game was Super Bowl 20, but Stonewall could tell you I wasn't really watching. So 1988 is when I started watching, and obviously I am not a diehard fan of either one of these two teams, so I have not seen every Lions-Packers game. But from personal memory, my most memorable was a game I actually did not see. It was a wild card game in, I believe, 1993, 93. Brett Favre hits Sterling Sharp on a long pass late in the fourth quarter to win the game. It was Detroit. It was an offensive back and forth game. Detroit led late. What's memorable to me about it, though, is that I listened to the game on the radio, as we had a very poor reception out where we grew up. And no, we did not get ABC. We did, but we didn't. Some days we'd get it, and some days we wouldn't, and that day happened to be a day we didn't get it. Pass complete to Gibbons. So we weren't able to watch the game. But I remember hearing it on the radio, because my brother had this old-fashioned radio, probably from the 40s or 50s, had been passed down to him from Grandpa, I believe. And it was actually, I think it was your alarm clock, wasn't it, Stonewall? And Lewis could not get the first down. So we listened to, every now and then we'd listen to games on the radio, Sunday night, Monday night, when we were supposed to be in bed. As time went on and technology got better, I had a Walkman that would play, and I could listen to my Sunday night games while I was supposed to be sleeping, or Monday nights. But this one particular was an afternoon game. I think it was the 4 o'clock game. No, maybe it was a 1 o'clock game. And we listened to the radio, and I remember hearing the Favre to Sharp catch, which allowed the Packers to advance in the playoffs. A year later, they met in the playoffs again in 95, but by this point, I'm now working. I have a job, and a lot of the times during the early rounds of the playoffs, that was my job. I was working. So in the 94 playoff game, January of 95, where the Packers held Barry Sanders to negative rushing yardage, I was at work. Don't remember any of it, except hearing about it from patrons coming in saying that Barry Sanders had been held to negative rushing yards. One more memory I do have between the Packers and Lions comes to us from the first Thanksgiving I spent with my now wife. It was 2003. We went up to be with my dad and his new wife, my stepmom. And that weekend, that happened to be the Packers and Lions were playing on Thanksgiving. So I watched the game from up there. I don't remember much about the game. I just remember that was the first Thanksgiving. Oh, that's a catch. And my wife and I watched that. It was our first Thanksgiving game together. And she's not a big football fan, so. But yeah, those are my memories of the Packers and Lions. Historically speaking, for my research and stuff, I would point out some of the battles in the 60s. I wish I could have seen. Kramer makes a reception. He steps out of bounds. Starr has 254 yards passing. They're saying 1 interception. So I must have been wrong when I called it 2. I know he had the fumble. I guess what I'm saying is radio was Dad's clock that he gave me. Okay, so yeah, it was an old alarm clock, very old-fashioned. So if it was Dad's, it was probably from his youth or his singlehood, so it's either 60s or 70s. I still remember exactly what it looked like. The clock is long gone, probably in a million pieces, buried in some garbage dump somewhere, but I still remember that clock. And listening to Saranac Lake football on the radio when they were on the road before I was playing. Ron Kramer on the reception. 3rd down and 7. The other games from this week that I personally controlled, if you want to go back to memories, Bills and Eagles, 1990, Randall Cunningham ducking under a potential Bruce Smith sack and throwing the ball long past to Fred Barnett, and I think it ended up being like a 90-yard pass play, and Smith almost had the sack, but Buffalo still won the game, so that was good. And then I did the Colts versus, it was a semi-pro team versus the Saints. Who could not remember the Super Bowl? Rooting for the Saints. You know, that onside kick was ballsy by Sean Payton, and it helped win the Saints their Super Bowl. And although I'm not a Saints fan per se, I was rooting for the Saints in that game. So those are the 3 games I broadcast in my memories of said games for this week. So with it's 13-11 with 5:29 to go. It is 1st and 10 for the Packers at the Lion 43. Starr's back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Intercepted. Intercepted by Wayne Walker, the linebacker. And the Lions will take over at the 13-yard line as they are trying to hold on for the sweep with the Green Bay Packers. It'll be a fly in the ointment on the Packers' quest for home field advantage. Plum hands it off to Dan Lewis, and Dan Lewis can be brought down by John Simonk. He's got 43 yards on the day, 2 yards on that carry. It is 2nd down and 8. Now Green Bay does have 3 turnovers. They would love to get a 4th and actually get a touchdown, as they've yet to have a touchdown today. 11 points scored on 3 field goals and a 2-point conversion return. Plum back to pass. Throws it over the middle, complete to Watkins. Tom Watkins on the 1st down. Huh, yeah, I do remember that. And that's something, the little things you remember, where you get triggered, because I wasn't thinking of that. I remember what it looked like, but it wasn't until you said that I actually remember that imprint. How about that? Lewis on the case, close to the 1st down, but it looks like Hank Greminger comes up and might have stopped him. Yes, 2nd down and inches. The Packers defense needs to get a big stand here and get the ball back to the offense. Now, Starr has now thrown 3 interceptions. Oh, a little bit of lag there, but Plum is going to roll out. I don't know how you have lag in a game like this. Lewis 1st down, and he's up to the 50-yard line, 17 yards on the reception. .166 total offensive yards for Lions. 113 of them passing. Not the best day for Detroit. Dan Lewis has 3 receptions for 42 yards, and Plum gives to Tom Watkins, and Watkins is going to get to the 50 where Nitschke hits him in near. Oh, Watkins is hurt. He could not survive withstand the pressure of Ray Nitschke. This is week 15 in Sack to the Future. Still to come, a bonus game between the Vikings and Redskins before we move on to week 16. And I'm unsure when that game will be, but stay tuned. Make sure it's going to be on the Terrors 89 channel, so make sure you're tuned in. It is 2nd and 11. 4:07 to go in this game. Dan Lewis takes the ball right up the middle. And he couldn't get by Dave Hanner. I think I called him Dale earlier. His name is Dave. 3rd down and 4. Huge play. And Packer 44. Plum, low snap, hands it to Petrosante, and Petrosante has the 1st down. That's his first carry of the game, and it's a big one. 8 yards and a 1st down. A new set of downs for Detroit with 3:41 to go in the game. Boy, if you're a Packer fan, this one's tough. Lewis on the carry, and Hank Greminger comes up, makes the tackle. Lewis has 10 carries, 59 yards. Detroit's done really nothing to show offensively. All their scores have been defensively by Dick Night Train Lane. And even that they screwed up by having an extra point blocked. And returned. Plum throws low throw, almost intercepted. Almost a diving interception by Willie Wood, who had the 2 points. 3rd down and 10 all of a sudden. 3:14 to go. Plum looking. He's caught by Petrosante, but a couple Packers meet him and greet him and beat him. 4th down and 7. They're going to line up for a field goal. This is a 50-yarder for Wayne Walker. This is huge. This could force the Packers to do what they haven't done yet and score a touchdown. Kick's got the link. No, it is short. So, the Packers take over at the 40. 2:27 to go. Trailing by 2. That's a huge miss, and I believe that's Walker's 2nd miss of the day. No, Horning had a miss, so never mind. Now, the Packers had a ton of false starts, so if they can corral that, they might be able to get something. Star throws a little bit of lag there again. And, he cannot hold on. It's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Dick and Night Train Lane out there on coverage. 2nd down and 10. 60 yards away from touchdown. Star's going to step up. He's going to be brought down. On a corner blitz, Star waited way too long, and Bruce Mahar, 30-year player of the Detroit Mercy, brings him down. It's 3rd and 14. Get the snap off before the 2-minute warning. Yes, they do. Star back to pass. They still have all 3 of their timeouts if they don't get this. Good coverage. Oh, caught by Dowler. 1st down into Detroit territory. And we're down to 1:53 and officially have reached the 2-minute warning. $1:53 to go. 1st and 10 for the Packers. Here's a give to Taylor. Taylor off tackle right. He's going to have 9 yards and down to the 28. The Packers scrambling to get the line of scrimmage right now. You're looking at a 45-yard field goal. Star back to pass on 2nd and 1. Steps up, throws. It's caught with Taylor. 1st down, and Taylor down to the 22. 6 yards, and Detroit's going to call timeout because they feel that they're going to need to try and drive. 1st and 10. So right now you're looking at a 39-yard field goal. There's the handoff to Paul Horning. Paul Horning, no gain. 1 yard. Detroit calls another timeout. So with 1:26 to go, right now you're looking at a 38-yard field goal. He'll hand off to Taylor. Taylor off left tackle. He's going to pick up 3. Another timeout by Detroit. It's 3rd down and 6 with 1:22 to go. And a possible 35-yard field goal now. Now this play should be where Green Bay tries to run off the clock. Hand off to Horning. Horning up the middle. Horning had the 1st down, but when he spun, he actually gave it up, and he might have lost it. It might be a 4th down now. So this will be a 29-yard field goal attempt. It's good. And Detroit has taken Green Bay has taken a 14-13 lead with 35 seconds to go, and Detroit is out of timeouts. That blocked extra point return for 2 by the Packers, Willie Wood, is the difference, as the Packers have only managed 4 field goals. Oh, huge return! He's going to get up to the 49-yard line, so 51 yards away, and they don't need a touchdown. They just need a field goal, but they can't stop the clock without the benefit of the sideline. So here comes Milt Plum with a huge, huge play after a tremendous return. Plum back to pass. He's got time, he throws, it's caught by Dan Lewis. The clock is running, 20 seconds. They only picked up 2 yards on that play. Detroit's got to get back. The receiver's rushing, 15 seconds. They're going to clock it. It is 2nd and 8 now. Or 3rd down and 8, I'm sorry. 12 seconds left. Plum back to pass. Throws it over the middle of the pitcher's on. That's the game, folks. Lions just bad play clock decisions. They are going to lose the game on inability to get the ball down the field. So the Green Bay Packers have clinched the NFL North Division. They win on a strength of 4 field goals from Paul Hornung and a 2-point conversion return. 14-13. Detroit, they're not officially eliminated, but let's be fair, folks. It ain't happening. Look at some of the highlights. There's a pass to Neifeld. I think that was the 3rd down pass. Diving reception by McGee, but it did really no good. That one was the 3rd down reception. That was big. One of the Night Train Lane's 2 touchdowns, but they went for naught. The other Night Train Lane touchdown. But your final score is Green Bay 14, Detroit 13. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Make sure you subscribe and also find the Tears 89 channel for the final bonus game of the week. Until then, I'm Vinny Vincent. Thanks for joining us here in Sack to the Future. We'll see you later.